And then after that we'll be drawing the hair, just roughly. Sometimes you look at the face and okay, you can imagine what kind of hairstyles will go together. I forgot to draw the ears, so here I am with the ears. And then I was imagining this girl as a sleek office lady with neat hairstyles, so that's why I'm giving her a little bit of a puff on the top of her head and a slight fringe, and it just makes her feel so feminine. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then after this, it just felt really empty on the left, and I wanted to fill it out, therefore I drew some lines. At that time I didn't know what I want, but turns out it'll be a grass, like a few grass sticking out. It felt too empty, so that's what I'm doing. Just adding a few more grasses, and somehow the word pride just came to me, so I just wrote pride in cursive. And then this is where I'll start coloring. I'll show you what I used. This is from Daiso Color Pastels. It's just 590 ringgit Malaysia, and it's relatively quite cheap. I find it okay, not bad. There are two sets that I'm using here. One is the basics and one is the fluorescent color. You can see which one. This is the basic, and you can see which one the color suits you or which that's in stock. And over here I switched all the colors on the board so that I know which color is which. So here mostly I used the basics color. The pastel is nice to have when you have really vivid colors, like neon colors if you want. But oh no, the one I mostly use is the fluorescent or the supporting one. The basics one I only use certain colors, but most of the colors I used are from fluorescent or supporting color pastels from Daiso. This is the first color named beige, and I'm just gonna show you the swatch that was there, how it matches. And what I'm gonna do is just color the top over it. It doesn't have to be perfect, you can just roughly, because this is just a base color, it will get covered up also anyways, but it's just a nice skin color, and it might look a little bit too orangey for skin color, but you will see later on the color turns out really nice. Try to avoid the eyeballs, but now you can see as I blow off the excess, the color is just quite nice. This is a darker brown. It's called brown maroon in Japanese, I guess. And I'm just gonna give some shading in between the eyebrows and then the sides of the cheek. It might look very weird now, but trust me, it will look okay later on. Just give her some shading, some V-line action, and some neck shading. It looks very scary, but it's okay. Look, when I brush it off, it's all gone. But you can slightly see the difference in tone and how it's more contoured. Now you see when I brushed it off, it's still slightly there, the color is still there, but it doesn't look as crazy as before. Now that we have the base color down, I'm just gonna put on a little bit of makeup, eyeshadow, yeah, on both sides of the eye. It doesn't have to be prominent, because at the end when we have the pen, black pen sketching on later, most of the color you probably won't even see. But this, I'm gonna do a base hair color for her. Actually, I wanted a black, slick, clean look for her, but for that you still have to have a little bit of color undertone to it, so that it appears nicer, that there are textures, different colors. Then I'm giving her some blusher. It might look a little bit too pink for her, but when you blow off the excess, it's just nice, just perfect. You can see it's blended really nicely with the skin color, blending the eyeshadow. And then now we will go back to the, oh, I forgot the eyebrow hairs. Don't forget it. Just slight small taps and follow the shape of the eyebrow. If you're not sure, you can look into the mirror and see the direction of the hair growth. You don't have to color like Crayon Shin-chan, 2 black lines, just slightly around 45 angle, small strokes. And now I'm giving her magenta color from the fluorescent colors. It's actually a very bold color lip, which I don't usually do. And this color is the brown color from the fluorescent color as well. And I'm just gonna color the whole hair as a base color. Most of the eyebrows, it's slightly darker than the hair color. You can observe people, pictures of celebrities and all, try to match their hair color and the eyebrow color together. And here I'm just putting on a darker color. As you see, the lighter color disappears. It appears like highlight, but it's not really there. Then here I'm using brown olive and also dark bronze. I'm gonna use it all around the hair color. And then now I'm just adding some pop of colors into. For your information, this size is just very small. It's just AA quality paper, and it's around the size of let me see, I don't know, they didn't directly say the size of it, but it's actually very small, because before this I sketched on very big sketchbook, and one painting took up the whole page, and then it was more time, and small sketches for me is easier, because at the end I display them all over my wall. If you want, I can take a picture, a video of the wall for you to see next time. But all these small ones, it creates a very nice, fantastic, you know those walls that they put pictures all over and it looks so nice. But this will be of my paintings, of my drawings, of my sketches. I plan to stick it all over there, so that is why it's okay. Now we are going to the eye color, not eye color. We are using the black pen. You can use any ink pen you want, but before this I was using ball pen. It gives you a different effect, but ink pen is good in this case. It gives a very bold, vivid color. As you can see, her eye literally just pops. Looks so lively, so nice. Just draw a few small eyelash strokes for her. And you can see the eye stands out so much from the whole drawing. Looks like glowing, glistening eyes. And then just small few strokes of eyebrow. It doesn't have to be full, just to show that it's there. And then small strokes around the nostrils, around. You don't have to do too much with the nostrils, otherwise it will look like two black holes there. And now it's the top of the cupid bow, just small little strokes, dots, just like marking, okay, this is the side of the lips. And then the most important part, the jawline. It frames the face, and it also just, you see, I don't draw a whole bold straight line that's like crack, and that is what that makes it interesting. If you draw whole black line, it looks like it is animated, but like my kind of drawing is strokes and dots, and it adds a little bit of texture to it. Now I'm drawing the hair, the fringe. As you can see, the base color is pretty light, but once I top it off with the black ink, just small strokes again. And as you should know, the hair behind the neck, it should be darker, so that is why I'm doing more strokes of the black ink. And you can see it looks darker already by nature just by doing so much. Just draw a little bit of the face shape you want, whether you like it like Korean V-line or American square jaw, it's up to you. And then just go back and forth around the neck and slowly sparse it out. And then now we are doing the top of the head. Just small little strokes, and concentrate your pen ink mostly on the hairline. You can see what I'm doing here is I'm going back and forth, just drawing out and then slowly blending, drawing the line down. Same with the other side. It just adds so much more to the drawing. It looks so lively, it looks so nice. I'm going back now to draw the face shape. The face shape is really important because before this, my problem with drawing human face is the face shape. The shape of the head is very hard to grasp, and I found this method really easy for me to estimate how long the face is, or where the eye should be, where would the nose be. Drawing the few basic lines in the beginning when you just drew a circle and then the center line, that really helps a lot. I was thinking, how do people draw it without the eye being mis-centered, or like one is higher, one is lower, and this method really works. So over here I'm just drawing the lines of the grass and going on the letter pride. I just couldn't resist drawing heart on the eye. You'll see later in my signature I use love as well. And now it's like cursive. Just for the downstroke, add a little bit more depth to it. You don't necessarily need to have the pen, how do I say, the watercolor pen, but just using your normal pen you can do it, the same effect. Just whichever downstroke there is, add a little bit. Just draw another line and fill in the rest. The paper kept moving here and there, so I had to hold on to it. I think the next time I will add tape and tape it down so it's easier. Now I felt the top area was too empty, and that's why I add a little bit of color. I was thinking maybe rose, and I was just, this color is the same magenta magenta pink. Just a few basic C shapes, from small C shapes to bigger C shapes. It doesn't matter how messy you do it, that black ink later will solve everything. It's just a color for support. You can see it's all very messy, very simply done. It doesn't have to be perfect, nothing has to be. All this is just training, practices, learning how to draw, how to color, how to sketch, calligraphy. This color is just now was fluorescent pink, now it's magenta. Magenta is a very strong fluorescent color, and that's why I loved it. It's the same color I use on the lips. And just C shape. I wasn't even looking where I was doing the C, because the more messy it is, the nicer it is. You can see later on when the ink comes in, it just blends perfectly, everything comes together. So don't have to worry too much. This one is from the other basic color, and this color is red. As you can see, just roughly few here, few there, just to add a different variation of red and pink. But one thing I don't like about these pastels is they don't have really red. The color that you just saw me using, that was their version of red, and not like chili red. So I have to work with what I have. This is the black ink pen that I was using. Sorry, I forget to say what. And it's 0.5 mm pen. You can use any black pen ink, it doesn't matter. And you can see over here I'm drawing small C shapes in the middle, and then just simply wiggling your pen, and it creates this nice beautiful C shape. It starts small and slowly grow bigger. You can see in between two petals, draw another petal. That is the key to it. Just draw in between. Okay, you can see it depends how big or how small you want it, but the further it is from the flower bud, you can actually wriggle it more. It looks way more naturalistic. Most of the flowers here I drew was from the top view, because that is the prettiest. You see, in between two, just draw one. In between two, draw one. It doesn't have to be perfect. All this is just the messier the better. Small C shapes. The C shape should go on like a C in between another C. So you combine the two C's. That's how you get the middle flower bud. And just wiggle your way through. You can cover all of the pink color, can stick out from the flower, or you can draw all over it. It's alright. You see the final petal, it didn't even have pink color in it, but that was the beauty of it. So no stresses, just do whatever you want. In between again, draw another petal. In between, another petal. Just follow your feeling, how you want to draw it. It's all up to you. If you really want, you can Google references of pictures, flowers, and see how they really draw the petal, or like how. Having a reference is really very good. Now you see how much I'm wriggling it out. The outer petals must be way bigger, way nicer, and I just add some in between just for some texture. And now I'm doing the other 3 flowers. Again, another C shape, but this time it's not a C, it's more of a 6. Like how I drew small 6, and then from there I start. The others were mostly C shapes, but this was 6. 6 creates a very nice rounded flower petal, so that's what you can do as well. And now the final big petal. The other one is kind of small sideways, so yeah, just wiggle. You don't have to have such a firm grip on your pen, just like doodling, squiggle. And now the last flower petal. And you can see, even though the colors we used were very nice, very fluorescent, but in the end result the colors really blended together well, and I loved how it came out. But the top was a little bit empty, so I wrote the date and my signature. And I really like how feminine she looks. She looks a little bit Asian, a little bit feminine, and I liked it so much. So I'm just writing the date I did this and my signature, and you can see that I did a heart, because I heart you, I love you. Thank you to all of you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. May God bless. And this is the final look of how everything turned out. She looks so pretty, just like then sketches. And how this took me around 20 minutes from start to finish. So it's a pretty quick sketch. You can do it in pencil as well, but recently I upgraded to color pastels. If you want,